Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the War on Wellness. I am your host, Penny McPherson, and today we're going to be talking about three ways, three ways to advocate your wellness, to advocate for your wellness, three ways to champion your wellness. You can say advocate, whatever it is, you need to be your own boss when it comes to your wellness. And nobody should care about your wellness as much as you do. So come on in the room, let me check, say hello so I know where you're watching from. I see YouTube, I see Facebook, I see Instagram. Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming and joining me for the War on Wellness broadcast. I do not see my group yet, so let me make sure that the Facebook group is in the audience as well. We want to make sure that everybody is here because this is so very important. Wonderful. I see my Facebook page is here in the room. Wonderful. Very good. And we want to make sure that my Instagrammers are here. They are always here and on time. Wonderful. They are here also. Excellent. I'm so very happy that you're here because I am sharing this information with you, not because like I read it or heard it on a YouTube channel or anything like that, but because I've experienced it, because I've had to. Now, I love my medical professional friends, but I've had to fire some doctors and I've had to choose the ones that were best for me. And I mean, you'll find that there'll be people that you will mesh with, that will respect you, and those are the people that you need to work with because you only have one body. I mean, I had one doctor friend, well, doctor, tell me that I should just take his advice because he's given the same advice that was given to George Bush, the first president of the United States. And if this advice was given to him, then I should take it too. So at the time, this man was, I guess, probably 30 years older than me, and uh, he did not have a lot of in common with me. One, he's male, one, he's a white male, and we just had two different paradigms and two different lives and unique experiences. And I just didn't think that that was a good comparison or a reason for me to take his advice on this particular subject because a president, I mean, I don't even care if it was whatever president, if it was Kennedy or if it was Barack or if it was Jimmy Carter, whoever it was, that is not good enough reason for me to start this procedure. So I did not. I actually changed to another doctor, and so that's something that we can do. We have to be our own best health advocates. And so there are three tips that I'm going to give you so that you can be your own best champion. And one is going to be to ask questions. Ask questions. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. If you ask questions, I am a person who asks questions. And some people don't ask questions because they think that they will insult someone. When I consult with clients and they ask me questions, I am perfectly happy with them asking me questions. I don't take it as a sign of disrespect or that they don't think that I know what I'm talking about or I don't get all huffy about it or anything like that. I welcome questions. And so I just had a client consultation last week It went very well, and she had her list of questions. I love people who are organized, and we were able to go through those and make suggestions based on what her experience was and the progress that she wanted to achieve. So, asking your health care provider or your wellness professional about their recommendations, there's nothing wrong with that. And inquire about what the pros and the cons are, because someone may suggest that you do something, but ask what the cons are, because they don't always tell you both sides. And I'm talking about whether you're talking with a consultant, a wellness consultant, or a medical professional. Ask what the cons are, because a lot of times it's this will solve this issue. And so it's very important that we advocate and that we know specifically how to advocate. So ask the questions, ask about the pros and the cons, and this will ensure that you have a proper understanding and that you can make an informed decision, because you're going to make a decision, and it's best if that decision is informed. Am I right? I hope that you got that. Okay, so somebody put in the chat, ask questions. So that's point number one. We want to make sure that we have that particular question down. Very good. So I want to say hello to those who are joining as well. Those who are joining from Facebook. So we have Francine, we have Granita or Janita, and we have Brian and Plan Plantain Lover. Okay, Plantain Lover. I love plantains too as well. And so thank you so much. And I'm going to have to, I guess I have to apologize to the people on Instagram. I think I'm on Instagram. If you hear me on Instagram, let me know, because I am not positive that the Instagram is showing up. So do let me know that piece of information. Okay, 3 ways to champion your wellness. So we're going to be really quick tonight. And the second way is to communicate clearly. So very, very true. So we want to communicate clearly. And by this, I also mean to be honest, because if we're not honest about what it is that we're going through, and we leave part of it out, or we don't tell the full story behind that, or we don't talk about, well, I tried this and this didn't work. And actually, in my consultations, one of the things I do ask is, what's something that you've tried before, just so I know exactly where the person is. So be honest with your healthcare provider about your symptoms, about your lifestyle, and about your preferences. So those are all very, very important that we do those. So be very, very honest and clearly communicate. And that helps us as wellness professionals. It helps your medical provider. It helps them understand what your needs are even better. So we were able to provide you tailored advice when you communicate clearly and you are open with us. So if your lifestyle is something, there's probably nothing new under the sun. There's nothing. Solomon said that in the Bible. So whatever your lifestyle is, whatever your symptoms are that you're experiencing it, you are not the first one. Trust me, you are not. So don't think that you're alone, and find someone that you're comfortable with sharing. So don't hesitate to speak up if something is unclear as well, because we want that communication is a two-way street. It's reciprocal. So when we're communicating, communicate clearly and make sure to speak up if something is not clear, or if you want more information about that. So that is very important. The third tip is very important. And I just had this happen with me. I think this was in March. No, it was in April. And I I had an ultrasound done. You may have seen posts on that. Had an ultrasound done on my thyroid, and I've had them over the years. And I make sure that I keep up with my endocrinologist. I get my blood work and all that to make sure that what I'm doing is keeping me on track, and to kind of make sure I'm managing well my wellness. And so what I did was tip number 3, which is keep good records. And so because I kept good records, I had in my possession my previous ultrasound visits for my previous 3. So I've been going back to the mid 2000s all the way up to the last one was 2018, and now this one. And so it helped me as well to keep good records because, one, I cannot remember everything. I mean, who can remember what they had for lunch last Wednesday a week ago, unless it was some special occasion? It's very hard to remember every last detail. And I had completely forgotten that I actually had nodules, two nodules, or like tumor cyst like structures that were in my thyroid. I completely forgot about it. But when I went back and looked at my history and my records, I saw that. So that when my doctor looked at this exam and the results of this thyroid ultrasound, then she saw that there was only one nodule there. There was only one cyst on inside of my neck. And so that's good news. Hey, somebody say that's good news. Let me get good news in the chat. Let me get good news so that I know that you are hearing me. And it's very important because if we don't, because the mind is 7 times more likely to be negative than it is positive. So a lot of times we think about what's wrong with me, the things that I'm not doing well, the problems that I have, all of those things we think about blessings, because count your blessings, name them one by one, count your blessings, see what the Lord has done. The reason you count your blessings is because when things happen in life, and my goodness, things will happen in this life, when our brains are under stress and the cortisol is raging in our brains, it's hard to think of the things that are positive, that were positive in our past. So it's important, whether you journal it or whether you have a file or whether you keep it electronically or paper, whatever you do, make sure that you're keeping good records so that you will know exactly what's going on. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. I see Doris Johnson is here as well. I see I'm getting some love in the comments. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Someone's asking, how do they reach me? Yes, the email address, I put that up on the screen for you. Now, let me finish giving you the rest of the third point, and that as far as keeping good records. So that helped me, and actually it helped the doctor as well to have that history, so that when she sees, oh my goodness, there's a nodule in your thyroid. Oh my goodness, what do you do? X, Y, and Z. It's not necessarily alarming because she can look back at the history and say, okay, this year you had 2. And now the size is decreasing. So the trend is going in a positive direction. Even though that doesn't look like a positive direction, you think you should go up. But when your nodules are coming down, your cysts are coming down, and your numbers are right sizing, then that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So it can help your health care provider. So knowing, and help you to have a peace of mind. So it will help in tracking your progress and making a more informed decision. So someone put in the comments what the points are. We talked about asking questions, making sure that we ask questions, and this helps make sure that you understand the alternatives and the pros and the cons on whatever it is that you're discussing with your consultant or your medical healthcare provider. Communicate clearly. Don't be shy about sharing exactly what it is that you're dealing with, because that will help you get a more informed, more tailored, better tailored advice with moving from your problems to your progress. And also keep good records. You want to keep good records. Why? Because it's going to help you as far as giving you peace of mind. And also, it's going to help inform the decisions that you're going to need to make. So, by following these 3 tips on your health journey, you can become an active participant as you champion your own health. You champion your own health. Nobody should care about your wellness as much as you care about your wellness. So remember these steps to ensure that you get the most out of your care. No one knows your body as good as you should know your body. No one knows your body better than you do. Listen to your body and stay healthy. And remember, I want to share with you as well that I have an upcoming webinar is June 25th, Unmasking the Hormone Disruptors. So we're going to talk about that. It's going to be a private webinar. So put a message in the chat or DM me if you are interested in the webinar. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Oh yeah, my email address. Someone did ask that. So the email address is life@plantbasedpennylife.com. You can also contact me on my website at plantbasedpennylife.com. And feel free to join the Facebook group also there. Facebook group, and my Instagrammers are the first to know about what's coming up. And what is coming up? Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because I have speaking engagements coming up. One that I'm still negotiating right now that's going to be in Richmond. And a second one, actually, yeah, the second one too is actually going to be in Richmond. And that's in October. I have another one coming up in September. And September is the National Black Girls Run Conference in Chicago. Yes, I'm going to be in Chicago. So if you're in Chicago, let me know. I would love to connect with you there. Or if you know someone in Chicago, let me know and send me that information. I'm excited about it. I'll be conducting my own workshop there. And they just announced the keynote for that event. And the keynote for the Black Girls Run National Conference, which is called Sweat with Your Soul 2024. The keynote is going to be Sherry Shepard. So Sherry Shepard and I are going to be burning up the room with information and knowledge, and we're all going to have a good time along with a lot of wonderful attendees and some other great featured speakers. So wish me well, and let me know if I can help you with anything else. And I will talk with you later. I'm going to end, of course, with my outro.